Taken a taxi from the airport, then you might know only certain cabs are allowed to give you a ride home. At a meeting today, some push for that to change. KPBS City Heights reporter Taryn Minto is at the airport to tell us how things went. Taryn?
Ebony, there are about 1,200 cab drivers in the city of San Diego, and many of them want the opportunity to come down here to the airport and pick up some fares. But only about 360 drivers have that authority, and they want to keep it that way.
Look at the numbers. There is no need for additional more cab.
What I ask to have same opportunity for everyone. I have kids. You have kids.
A room full of drivers from both sides urged the San Diego Airport Authority to see it their way. Adrian Kwiatkowski of the Transportation Alliance Group represents drivers who already have airport permits. He says if permits are open to all drivers, it'll oversaturate the market and hurt business for everyone. He compared it to when the city opened its taxi permit market in 2014.
When the cap was lifted in the city, people thought it would be this flourishing, great experiment. There's no business in the city. That's why they want to come to the airport, because there's still some level of business here, but it is diminishing here also.
San Diego State University professor Jill Espenshade studied the taxi industry before the city lifted its cap. Back then, she found that the limited number of medallions in the city created a black market. And now she's hearing similar anecdotes about permits for the airport, which means drivers may have to pay high prices to use someone else's permit.
Because it's so desirable to drive at the airport, those taxi stickers are now going on a black market for $25,000 to $30,000, which was one of the reasons that the city changed its policies, because their permits, which were a $3,000 application fee, were being sold for up to $140,000 on a black market, and this is public property.
In the middle of this taxi battle are rideshare companies like Uber and Lyft. The airport has separate agreements with those companies that allow any number of rideshare drivers to pick up at the airport. But those drivers face fewer hurdles than cab drivers to get that authority. For the cab drivers, Kwiatkowski says perhaps there is a different option than just all or nothing. But the two taxi sides haven't come together to discuss it. Now, in the end, the board did vote to keep things the same. That means that there will be no additional new taxi permits. But one of the board members did say that perhaps when the issue comes up again in 3 years, things might go a different way. Reporting at the San Diego Airport, I'm Taryn Minto for KPBS News.